The jeweler store. The guy kind of opens the door, but there's a chain on. He's like, "I'm sorry, we've just closed for the day."
I'll be quick. I'll be quick. I know exactly what I want for my wife.
What is it that you need, sir?
Look, I have an old necklace of hers, and this necklace was a pearl necklace, and I didn't. Well, I gave it to her, but I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I got. I need 2 pearls. I need 2 pearls. The necklace broke. Do you have
So you
two
can give your
pearls?
wife a pearl necklace.
Uh,
How old's
the
your wife?
the physical.
Cover
Well,
your ears,
shit,
Jen.
that's still physical. I mean, she's my age. You know, like 86, 87.
Okay, so you want pearls from a clam?
Two. Hold on. He said 1 second, and he thinks to himself.
2 100 GP value pearls.
Is that what they are? Yes.
They are. Yep.
Yes. I say, I want the best for Gertrude. I want the good stuff. 100 gold, please. The 100 gold pearls. Do you have
Do you have
something?
gold on you right now?
Yes, I carried it out with me.
He unlatches the door and welcomes you in. Goes behind the
I like
counter.
jangle it in the door to get him to let me in.
You hear the clank of these like heavy keys. It sounds like he's using 3, 4, maybe 5 keys and something. And then finally he like pops up and has 2 pearls in his hand and puts them in this little black box that's lined with black felt, or a little wooden box lined with black felt. You can see them. They roll almost perfectly because you know they're a natural pearl because they're not actually perfectly circular.
I go to like reach
spherical.
in to grab one, but I stop right before touching it. I'm like, may I?
Gold?
I need to make sure these are the right ones. All I want to do is just
Put
look
the
at
gold
it.
on the table then, and you can look at them.
I take out the pouch with 200 gold and put it on the table.
All right, you can look at them.
I pick it up and like look at it very close, hold it close to my eye. Will these suffice for an identify spell, Neal?
Do you have the appraisal skill?
No.
They look right.
Great. I've done this spell many times now. I'm 91 years old. I've handled pearls for years.
Yeah, and I'm
upon
saying they
years.
look about right.
If I drop it onto the felt pad, does it weigh the weight of the normal pearl?
Do you do it? Do you drop it on the felt pad?
Not from high up, from very, very short
Yes,
distance.
it looks. I said it looks like the normal pearl. Looks like a normal pearl.
I'm like looking at him and I give him like the old man score, and I'm like, are these really the ones? Is this really 100 GP pearl?
You really think I'd tarnish my business's name
You don't know
for
me.
one old fool?
I mean, I would. That sounds like smart business.
And that's probably why you're not a businessman.
Maybe so.
Tell me, did you ever run a shop?
In another life, one might
Did you
say.
get swindled much?
Well, I had some rings stolen by these
Yeah,
fucking
that's
assholes.
probably because you had a poor reputation. I have a great reputation. That shit would never fly here. The guards know me
No,
too well.
It's because they thought I was dead. Anyways, this'll do. And I take the 2 pearls and walk out
Okay.
and go back
All
to
right.
the inn.
You go back to the inn.
And then I would assume I sleep.
Okay.
'Cause
When
tomorrow's
identify
gonna be
spell is
a long-
cast, the 8 hours immediately preceding the casting of the spell must be spent purifying the items and removing influences of the world that would corrupt and blur their magical auras. If this period is interrupted, it must begin again.
I know.
When the spell is cast, each item must be handled in turn by the wizard. Any consequences of handling the item fall fully upon the wizard to end the spell. The wizard is allowed an applicable saving throw. Chance of learning a piece of information about the item is equal to 10% per the caster level of the wizard, up to 90%, rolled by the DM, blah, blah, blah. One function of a multifunction item is discovered per handling. If any attempt at reading fails, the caster cannot learn more about the item until it advances in level. The item never reveals exact attack or damage bonuses, although the fact that it has a few or many bonuses can be determined. After casting the spell and determining what can be learned, the wizard loses 8 points of constitution. He must rest for 1 hour to recover 8 points of constitution. If the 8-point loss drops the spellcaster below constitution of 1, he falls unconscious. Unconsciousness is not regained until full constitution is restored, which takes 24 hours, 1 point for 3 hours for unconscious characters. Blah, blah, blah. You said you have 8 con?
I have 12 con. I have 8
Okay.
decks.
8 decks. Cool. So it will take 8 hours plus
Another 3
a
for 2
couple
items.
minutes plus another 8 hours.
Oh, okay.
So it's a 16-hour process.
Will I lose 8 con each time?
No. Just per casting of the spell, not per examination of an item.
Per casting, but I'm casting the spell twice, no?
Why would you cast it twice?
Because I have 2 items.
No, you for each level you have, you can have, if you're level 6, right? So you could look at one function of 6 different items, or 6 functions of a single item, or any combination thereof.
So you could look at 3 functions of the 2 weapons.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I want to do then.
There you go. Yeah, so you only need to do it once.
Okay.
What are the 2 items that you're examining?
Phallus.
Phallus, and then a sword. The enchanted sword, which I don't know.
Jeff, where did you get phallus? Where are my notes on phallus? Notes and shit.
It was the time we got all the magic items, the only
There we
magic
go.
items we have.
So you had phallus, you had the sword and the spear. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
Okay.
So that's what
So
I do
if
the next day.
So if nobody else wants to do anything, I suggest we shirtless montage that whole day of just resting and get to the day of leaving.
Okay. JP McDaniel.
I only needed 1 pearl, didn't I?
Yep.
Well, party doesn't know that.
Hey, but you know what? Now you have a pearl, so you can do this whenever you want.
I know.
Exactly.
It's always good to have resources. Make sure you mark down the extra pearl on your character sheet, please.
Okay.
Okay. I roll in secret. Okay. You learn. Which item do you want to work on first?
Phallus, you want to message it to me?
Sure.
You guys are bastards.
This is lame.
Oh, man.
Exactly.
Hey, I'm about to have a great time whenever Neal finishes typing.
Uh-huh.
I don't care because I don't have no magic weapons.
Neal, what rule set was that guy that played a bear? That was that a thief? That
It was some
4.
bullshit 3.5 or 4th edition thing.
Yeah, it was like
But
a
you know what? That's also just like a random 4chan green text. I wouldn't actually believe it at all.
That's become D&D mythos though, or legend for the longest time. That's what everyone talks
What?
about.
And I just sent it to Jen.
What?
Jen, tell me.
I thought I thought I was typing to JP, and I was typing.
So
to
now
Jen.
we know if JP lies to me.
This is fun.
Now I'm having fun.
Now this is.
What is? So the second one is damage. The second number is damage.
No.
Oh,
thing.
Neal, you
That's
deleted them?
Of course, I deleted them.
Yeah, that's how Skype works. Boom! You should have copy and pasted.
Copy, paste.
I remember.
And then
off
you just
me.
shred it, Jen. Come on, get your shit together.
Neal deletes more Skype messages than anybody I know.
He uses Skype properly. That's how it goes. Neal, what? I don't know what the numbers are. Are those examples you gave me what they are? What?
I swear to it, in the 3rd hour we'll fight something.
Oh, I can't learn that about them.
Yeah, this exact bonus is never revealed, but if it's greater than 1, that is revealed.
Okay. All right. Done. I finish it and I'm exhausted and I go right to sleep because it takes all day.
Whoop, 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 whoop. All right. The day ends.
Wait.
Sheena plays on hands you for another 12 HP. Is that what you're looking for?
Yep.
Yeah.
32.
Hey, also, on this day, he gets a full day of rest, by the way.
Plus, yeah.
Plus 1 HP. Good.
What? It's just 1?
Do not have. Is there a proficient healer and herbalist in the party?
Hello, it's me, Zenzo.
Yeah, but you're busy doing magic shit all day. You can't tend to hit. You can't
I know.
him while you're preparing.
I have a healing proficiency, I think.
Do you have a healing proficiency?
Let me check. I believe I do. I have healing. Yep. 11.
You gain 2 HP.
Nailed it.
So
just
they gained a total of 14 that day.
just for the fan fictioners out there, does this mean like we have Victorian massaging the back of Tariq for the healing, or what does this look like?
Probably.
He's gently tending to him, like peeling off his shirt slowly, washing it down with a washcloth,
Go on.
wiping the sweat away from his brow,
Go on.
taking peeling back the gauze on the wound, to which Tariq flinches and Victoria goes, no, it's okay. It gently caresses and helps heal the wounds. It looks like something out of an Indiana Jones film.
Perfect.
All right, so Spades
Yeah, I remember
is
that
in the
happening in
corner of
Indy
the
all the time.
room. Spades is in the corner of the room just watching them do it.
Yeah, probably. No
And
pun
what
intended there.
Watching them do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it.
it?
Before we go to break, we wake up on that
No, we still got
great
20
day to
minutes.
travel. Z-Man, what do you got for me, bud?
I have a hard time carrying the items, so I'm literally dragging them on the ground. And I'm just like, this one, the spear, this one. And I kind of hoist it down and take a deep breath. Like, this one, it's better than most. It's better than most, but it might not be as good. Speaking out of games, it's +2 or +5 or anywhere in between. I don't know.
Get out of here. It's between 2 and 5?
Yeah.
What do we do for the... Neal,
Neil will probably know that.
Jeff,
I'm
how
just
have you
saying,
determined this
if
shit in
it's
the past?
between 2 and 5, we
That's
can't
what the
just
book-
assume it's a 2. It could be a 5.
It could be a 5.
So
let's
what do we
roll
do?
5.
So, in the past, the way that we've done these things is you use it in combat enough, and eventually I'm just like, all right, you've determined that it is this thing, or you can piece it together yourself. Like, oh, he hit on a 14, but I hit on an 11. Interesting.
You've been doing that math?
Yeah.
Okay, so you would determine that we haven't fought enough for me to figure it out?
No.
I threw it through a child. You remember that? And I've stabbed
Yeah,
people.
but if it was a non-magical sword, it would have gone through the child too.
Okay. And what of the swords, E-Man?
This thing is the same. I don't know. It's pretty good. Probably better than the best. Might not be the best, but it's pretty good. Speaking
Yeah.
out of game, it's another 2 to 5.
Yeah.
Cool.
I might have fudged up here a few times with it and forgotten to apply the bonuses once or twice, but it didn't make a difference.
That's what I'm saying, Neil. You know
Yeah.
who never forgets to add awesome numbers to when he's hitting shit? This guy.
Yeah, but you never had it in a time where it affected life or death.
Hold on. You don't forget them because Neil reminds you. There's a difference.
No. I forget the total, but I never forget the weapon.
Oh, okay.
I fucking did a dance every time the blood sword was getting powered up. Are you kidding me? I was adding that shit loudly. I was so happy.
It's true.
Okay.
Yes, blood sword.
I'm
That's
gonna
nice.
I'm gonna consider it a +2 then, and if we figure out it's more, how
It's
about
a
that?
+2 or better. Yes.
Yep.
That is a true
So that
statement.
+2 has until now not been factored in. So do I just add
I've
2
been
to my-
factoring in as much as I can remember. Factoring it in.
Exactly, but I haven't. So instead of my +8 normal roll, it's now a +10, right? And then
+9.
if we're not
for the sword, for the spear. I mean.
no for the well for both technically, but I haven't used the sword for the spear.
Right. For the spear, it should be 6, 7. You have 17 strength, right?
He
16.
does.
You have 16 strength.
What?
Yeah. No, yeah. So then it's
Oh, yes.
5 and 3 is 8 and 2 is 10. Yeah. It should be +10 to
Okay.
hit.
But it could be more, but probably not. But okay. I'm good if we're ready for a break or to move on with the day or whatever.
Still got
Move on.
13 minutes. And then after I hand the sword, I say, we should maybe get rid of this if someone will take it.
Which one? The sword?
This one, yeah, the sword.
Yeah. I've learned in my travels always to have a bus, but it could trade very well. You're right, friend. I'll look for an opportunity.
Or if this one wants to use it, and I point towards the dwarf.
The sword?
Yeah, you.
She uses axes. She's an axe gal.
You
Oh.
can probably use a sword.
Probably, but you won't. She's an axe gal. So we're I appreciate you nominating her, but again, she just joined us. We're not gonna. We
How many
can't
times
just.
did I tell you to
hand
take
out
longsword as a proficiency, Jen?
I have two-handed weapon style.
Jen, you're so funny. I can use
How many
that.
times did I say you're like, what should I get for my extra weapon proficiency? Maybe like longsword. It's a good one. No, that's boring. Can I get combat shovel?
Yeah, that's pretty.
We
fun.
argued about combat shovel for an hour.
Yeah, I
That
think
was-
I deserve a combat shovel that does d6 damage.
Wait, You're
Why
saying
would you
shovel
give
isn't
it to
like
her?
a
It's
shovel.
not even good.
Because that's the same damage as a short sword. Who the fuck? First off, a combat shovel doesn't make any sense.
People, Google combat
Why
shovel.
are we saying
It
combat
exists.
shovel like that's a thing?
Look,
It's
her
not a
name,
thing.
Her name is Spades. That's why she wants the
Yeah,
shovel.
yeah,
Like, it's
that's what I
very.
want.
Like,
Maybe
It
she
is
should have
a
ran that
thing.
past me before she picked
What
her
is she,
name.
a serial
If that
killer
was
or
the
like a
crux of
famous
her
thief or
character,
something?
Hold on,
Google
no,
it.
no.
designed around a combat shovel.
Hold on.
Google
Hold
it.
on.
It is made by the
No, no.
dwarven people.
Yeah, according to some other person's stupid lore. But you know what? If you look hard enough on the internet, you're gonna find all sorts of shit. You're gonna find worlds where My Little Ponies are boning dragons. Okay, that's
Yeah.
not in this world.
well, that's just hot.
No question there.
Great combination of terrible old man pun and
Special forces shovel with sheath.
Oh,
I
but look,
know.
is this an ancient thing? No, this is a modern thing. And would this
No.
actually be useful for digging
Whoa,
in the?
guys. What's standing between me and fighting at this point in time is an argument of whether or not combat shovels exist.
They do
They
not
exist.
exist in my world.
Please.
They don't exist.
They exist.
Whether they exist in ancient times or in modern times, they do not exist in this world.
Google it, people.
End of story.
It is a thing, and it has.
And the story doesn't exist.
It has existed
Doesn't
for a
exist.
long time.
Doesn't a storm is brewing on the horizon, guys? The clouds are getting dark and it's starting to rain.
It's Tarusk! Alright. We hop on our horses, and I say, let us... Carla and Dana will stay back. They are going to remain here. They shall join us when we return.
Upon hearing that there's no combat shovel, Zangel just shakes his head with a wide open mouth. He's just like, this world fucking sucks. And then we move on.
Okay.
I'm sad.
So, Neil, we make way by... You're saying Frasca, right? Fort Frasca?
Eska. Fort Eska. It's the only other red dot on the map for like
I know.
100 miles.
It now. Frasca and Eska broke my brain, and then for some reason Port got in there. I don't know. Well, then we just go the way we have to by Clarna and Wera and Frasca and Bogley and pull that.
Heiming and Waltroth and Heisland and
Yeah,
Kurta.
I mean,
It is a 10-day journey to Fort Eska that your party undertakes arduously. And let's just do a simple...
I do have a question,
Yeah?
because this is funny as hell to me. With my engineering proficiency, could I invent a combat shovel?
No.
It is so
The storm
possible.
starts to grow
Try.
loud, and
Try.
the rain turns to hail, and you hear a rumble of thunder in the distance.
Well, with my proficiency of weather sense, do I think it's going to storm?
Yes. You know what? Give me a weather sense check.
I don't actually have that. I made it up.
Okay.
I could have taken it, but I did not. Anyways, we ride.
You arrive. It's a bitch to get there, but eventually you get there. You know, you run into some trouble here and there, but nothing that you can't handle. Nothing that we really need to role play out. Just no rooms at this inn. None of this here. They're out of apple cider or apple juice again. My God. Blah blah blah.
What would Vincent think?
But eventually, you guys arrive at Fort Eska late one evening, coming through the woods. You burst into the clearing because the fort has cleared all the trees back 200 yards away from the walls to give you like a nice, clean line of sight. Not 200 yards, I'm sorry, 400 yards away from the walls.
Let me message you spells. Sorry, continue on.
And you arrive at the gate. The gates are closed, but there's a man on duty, and he yells down, "It's late, the gates are closed, and there's bandits afoot. Why should I let you in?"
Because there's bandits afoot, and we just want to sleep.
Yes, but who's to say you're not one of them?
Well, surely you well-bodied guards can defend yourself from lowly tykes like us.
You're very heavily armed. Look at you. Except for
Thank
that
you
old
for
man.
noticing.
Sir, would you let me die out here in the cold?
My grandfather
Let's die out there than let a group of ruffians and bandits into my fort.
Why would I hang out with ruffians and bandits?
Because you're a deranged and addle-minded old man.
Look, we'll make camp outside. We'll come in the morning. How's that?
Fair enough.
Thank you.
I'll remember this. And I walk.
No, you won't.
We make camp, and you'll notice the campfire is especially bright. It's set to bandit attraction levels, where it like brings them in.
Actually, with my fire building proficiency, maybe it could be a great fire.
There you go.
Neil, quick question. Along the way, I assumed I was getting healed every day, so can I say I'm at full?
Sure.
Okay.
Healed by who?
Dana?
Oh, Dana's not there.
What's up now? Ryan?
You gain 10 more HP from riding throughout the day.
So you're at 41?
44.
44.
Good call, Jeff.
Thank you.
Morning arises. A different guard comes and kicks you guys awake and says, "What the hell are you doing sleeping in front of Mike Fort?"
Which one does he kick?
Is he wearing a white V?
Yes.
I give him a really dirty look after he kicks me.
We just wanted a place to stay for the night. Actually,
Well, get your asses up. There's travelers coming through and you're in the way.
do you have an officer to report to, a town guard, like an officer of the watch or something?
Are you questioning me, son? Do you know who I am?
Is he by himself?
I'm Sergeant Hopkins, okay? I'm Sergeant Hopkins.
Where does that place you in the ranking? I'm unfamiliar.
I am the captain of the watch here at Fort Esca.
But you said
Then you
sergeant.
are just the man I need to talk to.
Sergeant's the rank, captain's the title for the position, you fool.
He's by himself, right?
Yes.
I
And
hand
there's
him.
like some guards 60 feet
Sure,
away
sure.
inside the fort, but he's standing here by
Is
himself.
the door to the fort open and everything?
Wide open.
Okay. I take out the warrant
Mhm.
and I unravel it and I give it a look before I hand it over to him. Is it a picture of what looks to be a general-like guy?
No, it's pure text.
Then I give a very informed nod as I pretend to kind of read over this, but I can't fucking read, so I'm just like, I say,
This is in order.
what is the prince's name? Everyone's name is Z something. It's breaking my brain.
I'll tell you what. I'll take it. I can read, and
Which
I'll read it.
prince?
to him.
Zeldir?
Yeah, so Prince Zeldir has sent us to serve this warrant, and he has assured me that with your cooperation, there shall be great reward. Then I hand it over to him.
One sec. Okay. He snaps it, looks at it, says, "Come with me," and rolls it up and holds it in his hand. He doesn't put it away, but you see him carry it with him.
Sure. I motion for everyone to follow me, and I come
Well,
with him.
you guys still have to your still bedrolls are laid out. There's like a little fire right there. Your pots and pans are kind of out from last night. Like there's a cleanup to do in the morning, breaking camp and shit.
You know what? Because he kicks us awake.
Yeah, because you guys are sleeping. The sun is just coming up. He's like, "Wake up, wake up, come with me." And you're like, "What the? All my shit is here. I need 10 minutes to set up, to break down camp."
I say, sir, give us 1 minute to break up this camp so we don't dirty your area, please.
He grumbles, and starts walking towards the gate. But he's not walking in the gate. He's walking towards the side of the gate.
Okay.
It's looking.
I keep my eye on him, but I'm packing up as fast as I can and putting in my stuff.
You guys pack your shit up, and he was waiting impatiently. But eventually, you get over to him.
After you, sir.
He grumbles. Did you want to say something, Jen?
No, it's all good.
Okay.
I was gonna say the same as Jeff, looking at him, blah blah blah.
Y'all walk in. He takes you into a small building, a little bit on the inside. Okay.
Can you guys hear Barrison or no?
Nope.
No. And he goes into a smaller chamber within this building. There are no thieves in the party. Everyone give me a perception check. Perception checks.
19.
28.
29.
29.
Right. Cool. So he goes into this room, takes the paper with him, shuts the door behind him, and a few moments later he comes back out, hands the paper to you and says, "Now this looks to be official, but why would Prince Zeldir want General Greendull arrested?"
The great Varasi army does not tolerate weak generals that don't get results, as I am told. And he's being brought in to be told to do a better job of serving you fine men in the field of battle, representing Verasi.
He looks you over. You don't bear the markings of the House of Miklograd. Why are you sent instead of his own soldiers?
Verasi employs men and women of all different shapes and sizes, and while I do not wear the V myself, I assure you I have been her agent for a while now. I try to move incognito, and I actually pull out. Well, hang on now, Neal. Would the
Your
tabard
what?
that I have with the V, would that be the same that he's wearing?
It looks a little bit different, just different fabric, but the symbol is the same.
I pull it out and show him.
I see, he says. Do you serve under Lady Felicity?
No, right now I serve the city of Eros. That's where I've been dispatched.
And yet you hide your forces, your colors, your standards.
I don't hide. I travel incognito. I find that I'm able to dispense justice better when they don't recognize me as a Verasi. Those bandits you're talking of, let's just say there's a lot less out there.
You're a man without honor. He seems grumpy and pissed off, but he reluctantly walks you in towards the keep. Fort Eska has a wooden palisade wall around the edge, a couple of small buildings inside, and then the center keep is also made of wood. He takes you up into through some stairs and up a couple floors, and you come to. He talks to a couple guards on the way to get some information, and you come into a room, or you are placed outside of a room, and the man walks in. You see a very large table with what looks to be some sort of diagrams or pictures or cloth or papers rolled out over it, and a man in his mid-50s with kind of 3 or 4 day growth of beard. It's kind of like salt and pepper colored, and patchy black or short black hair on the top of his head, bent over it, talking with another guy. And they go inside and they chat for a moment, and eventually the door gets thrown open, and the salt and pepper bearded man, who stands 5'7", 195 pounds, maybe like 220 actually. Now that you're looking at him, he's getting a little bit of a belly. His sword belt looks like it's been loosened a few times, and he's not wearing any armor right now. And he says, "What is the meaning of this? I demand to see the warrant."
I give a nod to the captain, I guess, who still has it.
The captain hands it to him, forgetting that he had it, and the general snaps it out of his hands, reads it, looks at you, reads it again, rips it in half, tosses it to the ground, and says, "You go tell that snot-nosed little shit."
He gets that far, and I hurl my spear for his throat.
All right, roll to hit.
I want to make a concurrent action.
Okay.
Yeah, can I do an action as well, or is it too?
I think you guys give me a.
Well, he gets the first action, but then I want to make an action as soon as I see him do this attack.
As soon as I see him move, like going for his sword, I would go.
I would argue that you might
Can
be
I do a
surprised by this. So,
perception?
it is a D20 plus your surprise adjust, which is a substat of your perception.
It says.
Oh yeah,
nil
and he
for
should be
me.
surprised by my attack, by the way, too. So
He is surprised by your attack, that's for sure.
Where is
I
this
rolled a
surprise
17, but plus whatever
It's a
you want to
19
do.
then.
Where is the surprise adjust? I'm confused.
It's next to perception. It's the very first thing next to your number on the right.
Oh, I don't have it written.
For both of
then
us,
it's
it
nothing.
just says nil.
Yeah, well then it's nothing.
Because
So-
I got 15 perception.
Then it's still no surprise adjust.
So we both rolled D20.
Just flat D20.
How many people are in the room, Neal?
Surprised, Zanzol's unsurprised. In the hallway behind you, you're not really sure. In front of you, you can only see this guy, the guy that walked in, and there was a third person in there. So 3, but you can't see because they're blocking a doorway. And if you glance behind you, you see like a serving boy walking down the hallway.
Okay.
Can I also make an action?
Sure, but at this point, you have to wait till the next round. Zanzol's the only one that can act in this round.
Go ahead. I want to see what Jeff does. He attacks.
Okay.
Is that his attack roll, the D20 plus 10.
Plus the-
It's a 19 though because of the +2 for surprise.
Is that
Okay,
it, Neal?
yeah. 19. Yeah, he's not wearing any armor. You.
And we recognize this to be the general?
This is this is the person that you were told is the general.
Okay, what
roll
happens?
damage,
Continue on.
Victor.
Let's continue this. I want to know the next timeline
It's
event.
D8 or no D6 plus 5.
That sounds
No
about right.
modifier for damage, right?
D6 plus 5 is correct as far as you know.
6 damage.
Okay. He takes the sword and the gut. It doesn't run all run all the way through,
spear.
but I'm sorry. He takes the spear in the side, kind of the side of the gut, and he goes and starts to stumble backwards as he gropes madly for his sword. And initiative from everyone else.
At the same time, Neal, we're in a room. Is he blocking the door?
He is in the doorway. So you're in a hallway, which you could go 1.5 abreast. You could like kind of if Victorian's in the middle. If he was on the side, you could like sneak around him, but he's kind of standing in the middle of the hallway here. So it goes Victorian, General. Behind the General in the room is the Sergeant, and then the other guy is even further back in the room.
Okay.
Neal, chat's saying that was a critical.
Why are they saying that's a critical? It doesn't clear by 10.
Yeah, 20 would be the crit.
20
Unless
would be
you
a
rolled
critical.
18 to
18's
20,
not a
then
critical.
it's not a crit.
Okay, so you're not adding anything to that then, Neal?
It's not a critical.
Mm-hmm.
Chat, don't spread lies. It doesn't help anyone. It only slows down the game.
True. All right, I think we all rolled our initiatives except for Jeff.
Oh,
Also, Neal, we didn't talk about this, but what is my initiative
that's
for
a 13.
for spell casting?
It is the spell speed.
So each
Or casting
spell
time.
has a specific... Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
it's D20 plus whatever the casting time is?
D10 plus whatever the casting time
yeah.
is.
that's a 13, Neal, by the way. Just one
Gotcha.
more.
13.
Okay.
My D10s. Where are all my D10s?
And as I stabbed him, I'm kind of stalking forward, and I say, "This man has been called for arrest from the kingdom of Eros and Veracity herself."
Do you have a question, Neal? Are we taking a break, or you want to just go 2 hours straight?
You know what? We are just starting a fight. I think this is a perfect break time.
Okay.
right.
That's why I asked now.
Let's make it quick, though, because
Yeah. Normal 3 to 5 minute break. We'll be right back. Then we'll jump into this fight. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll be right back.